Hi everyone, thank you for watching this interview with Megan De Haas who's a sorry, start again. Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for this interview with Megan De Haas, who is a head chef at a brunch restaurant in Toronto. And as always, this is a series of conversations around work-life balance and hospitality, and it's something that I'm very passionate about. I know you hear from me all the time speaking about work-life balance, and it affects so many people in different ways. And my mission is to spotlight the different ways it affects people. And I also want to bring to light and focus on people who are doing some great things in our industry to support work-life balance, because we can all learn from each other. And that's why I'm speaking to Megan today, because she has a really interesting story. So thank you again, Megan, for offering to do this.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. First thing, I will definitely ask you about your own experience with work-life balance in hospitality.
Yeah, I mean, it's been tricky for sure, to say the least. I've been in the industry for over 10 years now, and I still have yet to figure it out. um, it's there's so much pressure that gets put on the people in our industry to work hard and work such long hours that it's really not fair. I mean, I've got friends who work 9 to 5 jobs, and it's really when I talk to them that I realize that what I do 40, 60, 80 hours in a week is not normal. And it's really, we have the option, we have the opportunity to get rid of that stigma of that that's what it's supposed to be, and move away to something that's actually healthier for us and our employees. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's such a good point, because it doesn't have to be this way. I've heard so many people say it doesn't have to be this way.
Mhm.
And yeah, we can move away from that.
Yeah.
And why do you think it's such a challenge for us?
I mean, I think it's been something that we've been conditioned to be in. It's especially for people my age. We've been brought up by that older generation where that brigade system and like all these rules and regulations and all the pressures that have been put on us, that's what we've grown up with. And now we're trying to teach the new generation and trying to kind of break that stigma and break that cycle and introduce something new into this industry that hasn't really been seen before. Especially during the pandemic, I think that was really a breaking point for most people in the industry, is realizing that, hey, you know what, we've been working 80 hours a week before the pandemic, and then all of a sudden everything just stopped. And it really was a time for us to kind of realize, hey, this isn't normal. Like, being at home and having the opportunity to actually rest and take stock of what you're doing in your life and what is really your priority. It was just, yeah, it was really that opportunity for us to kind of change and go forward with something new for the last 2 years, and that's what I've been trying to do.
Oh, it's really exciting. Yeah, this is something we so need, and to move towards that change. It's really lovely to speak to somebody who is taking that path, rather than doing what's always safe. Oh, I mean, not that it was very beneficial to us either.
Yeah.
We always doing, but to take that risk, or to take that path, or have the optimism that we can change, I really really appreciate it. One of the things I always try to highlight is that work-life balance is definitely not a rotas alone. It's not the yoga classes. It's not the drink after the shift. There are things like, if somebody's not treated well, that person is not going to benefit from the yoga, or, the socializing. They're just going to be sad during their time off and really struggle to let go of the stress or whatever situation caused that sadness. And I know one of the things that you are very particular about is leading your team with gentleness. And I really would love to hear about how you do it.
Yeah. it's leading with gentleness, it's leading with empathy. It's one of the things that I've always gone into as a leader in this industry is trying to make a difference and trying to change the way that the restaurant culture is always and has always been for the last little while, and just trying to open people up to the idea that you can make mistakes. You can work a normal 40-hour week. You can, have time off to spend with your family and have time off to do the things that you love to do outside of work. And it's been a really interesting shift for the people where I work, and just seeing how people who are coming from other industries, or from other restaurants, it's something that they're not used to. It's something that it's almost a butting of heads sometimes, because they're like, well, this isn't how it should be. But it's then trying to break that and trying to move forward. It's like, hey, you can come in with a little less experience and learn, because you're not just going to be yelled at, or you're not going to have things thrown at you, or that kind of culture in a kitchen. Like, you have that opportunity to learn in this space. And my hope is that people who work in that kind of culture, then when they may leave, then they go and bring that to other places where they work as well. And hopefully that will be part of a breaking of this cycle here, that they can go into another place and bring that culture in and cultivate that in other places as well.
Absolutely, yeah, that's so valuable. And also this thing about, when in this crisis, like we have a staffing crisis, we have a labor shortage, a skills shortage, this is what's needed at this time. You just need that empathy and to make people really feel at home where they belong. And it's we really have to open up to whoever is interested in hospitality now, and with this empathy and really allowing people to feel at home, being hospitable to our own people.
For sure. And I've seen that, when I'm hiring people, most of the people that are applying don't have any experience.
Wow.
They are coming in, they're like, hey, I'm interested, but where do I start? So having a place that it's easy for people to come in and just learn basic skills and kind of encourage them through that. I think that's what we need in the industry, because so many people have left throughout this pandemic. They realized that they're like, hey, we don't want to do this anymore. We want to try something new. We want to, live a full life. And I think trying to change that idea that you can have a full life and you can have work-life balance in this industry is extremely important.
Well, thank you. It's really exciting to hear what you're doing. And do you notice any effects of this kind of gentle, leadership that cares? Do you notice any effects on the people that work on your team?
I think people are happier. There's always going to be issues and there's always going to be struggles, and it's still a busy place. There's always going to be that stress. But I think it creates more of a camaraderie as well, especially during the pandemic, where it's like you can't really see anybody else, but you can see the people in your workplace. And to actually be able to talk with people and experience one another's lives and be in touch with them is a huge thing. And knowing that, hey, your boss is not going to yell at you if you come up and say, hey, I'm dealing with this, or I'm struggling today, or I need this time off to do this. I think it's huge. And that's what I'm trying to impart onto my team.
Definitely what we need. Maybe we needed this a long time ago, but now is the time to really embody some of this.
Yeah.
And the last question is, what is one piece of advice you would have for any other leaders in hospitality who would be wanting to adopt a similar approach?
Patience. a lot of patience, and just understanding it's not going to be easy. I did have people leave after I took leadership, and maybe it's a possibility that the way that I led was not the way that they wanted to be led, and just understanding that it's going to be a tricky road, but in the end it's going to be worth it. I hope. And yeah, just persevering through that, and also taking time for yourself and knowing that you're trying to impart that for them, but also to remember that you are important too as a leader, and saving time for yourself. I think doing that for yourself shows your team that it's extremely important. So yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. When you're modeling it every day. Oh, wow. Thank you so much for sharing this. It's just really so inspiring, and I definitely wanted to share your story because this is what we need more of. More empathy, more caring, more really thinking about the person who's in front of you rather than, just having an idea of who they should be and what they should be and how they should be like.
Yeah.
And definitely when somebody's happier, that's when they do not look at their work as something that is in conflict with their personal life. It just, everything, there's a harmony there that you don't experience otherwise. So
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you, Megan. Thank you so much.
No worries. Really enjoyed being here.
All the best.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you for watching.